darklings, lightlings, hybrids, and everybody else. How are you today? Hope you're well. So I posted in the community tab about a little series I want to start, a good uh, request from a friend, which I thought was genius. I mean, I've talked about it before on my channel, but it's quite old. So I figured why not talk about it and go a little bit more in depth with the knowledge I've accumulated since my older video to now. Um, and a lot of my astral experience and knowledge may help some of you who want to understand it and attempt to do dream work. I want to do like a mini series with this. I want to cover lucid dreaming, astraling, dream walking, all of it, kind of how it works, what exactly are these realms, and what you can find in those realms. So we're going to start off today by me explaining basically what is astral projection and what is the astral world, coming from my understanding and my experience in it. And then we'll get a little more in depth as we go. Astral projection is talked about in many cultures and practices. It can even be traced back to like ancient Egypt and many other cultures like Chinese, Indian, Roman, Native, and even philosophers have talked about it. Plato and Socrates. In occultism, it has long been a subject of practice as well. The thing is about it, anyone can do it, you can do it, and you probably already do and you're not aware. We are made of light, and so are these realms, so is reality, and so are the beings that you encounter there. Science has studied this and found that when we die, a light leaves our body and our body weighs less. And experiments have been performed with success with people who are sleeping. When you astral, you are leaving your physical body. Some call it an outer body experience, but you are entering what I look at as like true reality. Everything in our reality and others are made of light, including us. And in our limited perception with our eyes, we're incapable of perceiving that light, therefore incapable of seeing the true reality and everything around us. But when you astral or you leave your body, you can now perceive everything around you or perceive things you cannot when you are awake. You will be able to perceive higher and lower dimensions. You will be able to experience all these other realms through connected doorways. Doorways that overlap our reality. Perhaps that's even why keys or doorways are associated with like crossroads and certain deities and things like that. So when you're traveling, your travels can consist of alternate realities, dimensions, like I had said, time traveling, different timelines, space, between time and space, and other parallel realities or universes. Now, usually in the astral realm, you will see other beings, other people, even other entities. You can even run into other existences of yourself. Within the astral realm, there are infinite amount of spheres that hold other realms or realities. The ethereal realm holds gates to just about any realm you can imagine, and that's what makes it infinite. We kind of do. Anything that is imagined, like heaven, paradise, hell, the underworld, space, galaxies, inner earth, Literally anything we imagine comes into existence in these realms, and they're held in these spheres, which is what I call the gates or doorways. We also have our own sphere, our own astral world. In this world, you dream in it personally. Like when you're just dreaming, when you're thinking. Some call it like, I don't know, maybe your higher self, some believe. I tend to believe it's like a projection that your higher self projects into the sphere, if it makes sense. I'm trying to really make it to where it does make sense. um, I really struggled to kind of describe some of this because it is hard to describe. Those of you that, have astraled and been lucid and aware of it kind of know what I mean. When you leave your body and then leave your sphere, your own astral realm, you can then travel to these other gates, world spheres, or into somebody else's astral sphere. And that is what I call dream walking, where you can experience what's in their mind, their psyche, and in their dreams. So, where do we begin to astral? Um, I started out by learning how to become lucid in my dreams. Once you become lucid in your dreaming, it's easier to become lucid that you're astraling if you're not intending to, if that makes sense. Usually, to astral and you're trying to control it and have control of that and where you go and direct it, you are lucid in your intent. Once this happens, then you become lucid that you are in your own astral sphere, and it's easier to direct and think about where you want to go. So let's talk about a little bit of signs that you are astraling or have astraled. Okay, I wrote down all the ones that I could think of. So, because my memory. So, sensory symptoms, you will hear sounds like ringing, buzzing, bells, frequencies, sometimes howling, screeching. Your body will vibrate, and it is intense. And these will feel, I wrote down, it'll feel intense, but almost scary too. When I first astraled, this feeling was very scary, just because of the intensity. I vibrated so much, I felt like my body was just going to fall to pieces. The next one is visual. So, hallucinations like colors, shapes, patterns, faces, tunnels, or an entire scenery around you. Physical vibrations, internal teetering, like you feel inside, like your actual light body teetering, moving around. That's when some techniques become easier to some than others if you are aware of that feeling, like the roll technique where you roll out of your body. Um, you'll feel yourself lifting and departing. Your heart rate will increase. Most of the time, it's due to a little bit of panic because of what's going on and the feeling, and then all of this together. You're kind of like, what the fuck's happening? Um, I can remember the first time I tried for like 8 years of nonstop dream work, and I was so upset because no matter what I could do, like I felt like I wasn't succeeding. And then this one night I did. I felt myself. I heard loud, like buzzing, and then it turned into like these bells. My body was vibrating like crazy, and then I felt my light body leaving, and I was on my side. So it's interesting because a lot of people say that you have to be like on your back, straight, not touching your body, which for more controlled or intent, yes, but once you learn to do it, you won't need to be in that position. I was very comfortable in this position, and I still did it. I mean, it was unconsciously, but now I can be in any position. But anyway, I was on my side facing the wall, and I remember using my light body because I thought I was dying. I'm like lifting out, like as if my own body was merging, or not merging, but like, what's that word? Emerging into two. like I was split and like I was cloning or something, is how it felt. And I remember hitting the wall. So I remember trying to push myself back into my body using the wall. And it's interesting because my light body didn't go through the wall. So it's very intentional. Your consciousness goes with your light body as well. Because I was consciously like, no, I need to use this wall. I need to get back in. And I'm thinking, I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to go yet. And I pushed myself back into my body using the wall. Now, if you want to go through walls or whatever, and you're conscious about that's what you want to do, you're going to do it. In the astral, it's like that. What you think will manifest almost instantly. Okay, so when you're trying to get there, self-induced trance and breathing exercise will help. I still practice this. Every time I am successful, I self-induce a trance, kind of like when you're getting ready to do your rituals or meditate. It's same thing. It helps me get into that focus of like that beeline toward my intention. Lay still. Yes, at first I would practice the no limbs touching, but it doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes, like my first time, do whatever's comfortable to you. Keep your surroundings in your awareness. For me, this is important, and I've heard other people say this. When you're first practicing or starting out, try to be able to picture the entire room. Go through it in your mind as you're relaxing and in that trance state. Focus on what it is in your surroundings. If you can focus on every detail or memorize every detail of the room, the more detailed, the better, before you push yourself out and try to project that with your mind's eye. When you leave your body, you will be in that room. So that's why it's important. That way it doesn't jumble you, and then you will probably go to your astral or wherever you actually think. Now, I've heard different stories from different people. When I astral, I do sometimes leave my body into that room, but now if I have an intention on where I want to go, it's almost like that, like instantaneous. If I say, okay, I'm going to go to my own astral temple, in my astral realm, I'll go. If I say I want to go visit so and so, I'm instantly there. So I think that comes over time with practice, but that is something to note. You will float, levitate, and sometimes fall. That can happen to your light body. Um, I never fell, I don't think, but I've heard others say that they have. And it's interesting because when they fall, they don't always go back into their body. That you could fall, hit the ground, but you're not going to feel pain. You're not going to get hurt. Um, like I said, I think it's what they think. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm flying or levitating, oh God, what if I fall? You're probably going to fall. So the important thing, most important tool you have for dream work, especially astraling, is your will. I think I got a bug in my mouth. Seriously, guys. Sorry. Oh my God, please no. Okay, we're back. Took care of that little problem. Sorry. All right. Anyway, the most important tool to use is your will, okay? You are going to will to leave your body. And also visualization and channeling energy. Guided meditation can help, or astral techniques. You've got, like I mentioned earlier, the rolling technique, where you kind of envision and feel your inner body rolling back and forth in your physical body until you roll out of it. There's also the rope technique where you visualize a rope above you and that your light body is pulling on that rope to pull you out of your body. Or simply willing and affirming it. Before you lay down, if that is your intention status, you state, I will astral tonight, I am going here tonight, and that's it. And you do your little, you have to find a routine with it too. Like I said, my routine is I will it, I say it before I lay down, I get into a comfortable position, then I use my trance, I induce my trance, and I lay there and meditate for a bit and then affirm my will in my head. I direct where I want to go, I see it, I feel it, I go. Uh, some cultures use entrancing, sorry, I cannot talk today, entrancing music. Others nowadays use binaural beats, which I've used a couple times. It was okay, 50-50 for me. Keep your body relaxed. The trick is your body needs to be in the sleeping state, but your mind needs to be conscious. However, it needs to be subconscious. I meant to say conscious, not conscience. Anyway, so what you're doing when you self-induce that trance and then your body's asleep, you want to make sure your body is asleep before you start to drift off. But you know how you get kind of fuzzy in your mind just before you start? That's when it's time. That's when you try to go. For me, anyway. Um, and I did mention your mind, your conscious, your consciousness. I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. Maybe this break kind of made me go, I'm rusty, okay? Ignore it or laugh, whatever. I'm laughing at myself, so it's okay to laugh at me. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about was depending on your vibrations will depend on what entities you meet in the astral realm as well. Low vibrations will take you to certain entities you may not want to encounter. Lovecraftian type entities that are kind of nasty, icky, lower conscious beings that you probably don't want to encounter. They can't possess your body. I know there's a lot of fear with that if you leave your body, something else will go into it, but that is not true. They can't do that unless you give them permission to possess you. And you won't get lost. Everyone has a silver cord connected to their soul that connects you to your body. It's like an anchor. So until you die, you will not lose this cord and you will not get lost in the astral. You'll always go back to your body. So, with all that out of the way, I wanted to talk to you guys about this and start the little series about it. So, we're probably going to start off with lucid dreaming and my tips and all that for that, and then we'll move on to more about astraling and then dream walking. And oh, my second book is out. Don't forget to check those out. I will have the links in the description. Come on, starseed sex, secret societies, cool mythology stuff. Like, check it out, man. All right, guys, much love.